With the assistance of a CAS calculator, solve the cubic inequation 2x cubed minus 11x is greater than 3x squared minus 6 for x. On the CAS calculator, go into the main menu. Next, we want to type in the inequality that we wish to solve. So we'll type in 2x to the power of 3, subtract 11x, and then pressing keyboard and math 3, we can find our inequality symbols. So we want that to be greater than 3x to the power of 2 minus 6. Highlighting that inequality and going interactive equation inequality solve, and we're solving for x, so we hit OK. That will give us a solution in set notation for this inequality. So from the calculator output, we found that this inequality was satisfied when x was greater than negative 2 but less than a half, and when x was greater than 3. We can also interpret this set notation in interval notation, which would be x is an element of, and it would be minus 2 not included to a half also not included, union with 3 not included to infinity. So that's the equivalent solution in interval notation. On the calculator, we can also interpret this graphically. So pressing the graph icon brings up this screen. And if we graph both halves of this inequality, so the first one will be a cubic 2x cubed minus 11x, and the second graph will be a parabola 3x squared minus 6. What we can do is we can look for when one graph is greater than the other one. So to do that, we need all parts of the graph to be shown. So we can click the 4 arrows at the top of the screen to resize the graph screen. And we can go from an x minimum of negative 5 to an x maximum of 5. We can go from a y minimum of negative 15 to a y maximum of 30. Clicking OK shows us all the key features and intersections of those two graphs. Next, we can go Analysis Gsolve Intersection, and pressing Execute will lock each of the points of intersection on the graph. So clicking the right arrow will take me to the next point of intersection, and again, all those points of intersection can now be seen. Our job now is to interpret when the cubic graph, which is the 2x cubed minus 11x, is greater than the parabola, which is the 3x squared minus 6 in red. So we can see that up here, where x is greater than 3, the blue graph is greater than the red graph. And we can also see from x is negative 2 through to x is a half, the blue graph, the cubic graph, is greater than the parabola or the red graph. So that matches what we found in set notation above up here.